Especially for this video, guys, I made this list of active weapon skills in which you can see how to evolve all active skills. For those who still does know, in game we have three kinds of skills. We have hero, active and passive skills. In this video, I want to talk only about active skills and partially about passive skills because you need them to evolve your active skills. About hero skills and main weapon skills I will talk in my next videos, so subscribe to not miss them. Okay guys, before we'll start, I want to show you how you can save your money if you're going to spend them in this game. You just need to download Huawei AppGallery. It's a store like Play Store, App Store. Install the game, bind your account how I did to not lose your progress, and use my promo code to save your money. Let me show you how to do it. After you'll install the game through Huawei AppGallery, by the way, links on this store and my promo code you can find in the description and comments of this video, you just need to claim coupons and open the game. Okay, give me a few seconds and I will show you that you really get a discount. Let's go to privilege cards. For example, let's buy lifetime ad-free pass. Press continue, no worries about it. And here you can see that you can use a coupon. Right now I have two coupons. One coupon is from main campaign and the second one is mine. So guys, if you're going to spend your money in this game, save your money with mine and not only mine discount. Now let's get back to our skills and let's start from my favorite skill, bowling. At 1 star, as most skills, it's not a great skill because you just throw one bowling, so it will not hit many enemies. At 2 stars, it will be a little better because the quantity increased +1, but still not a great skill. 3 stars will increase the speed of the balls. Little better but still not enough. What I like about this skill is 4 and 5 stars. From 4 stars they start hitting more enemies, plus you have more balls, 3 in total. 5 star increases their speed. As for me, this skill is really helpful when you have many enemies surrounding you. Just look how many enemies they hit. To evolve this skill you need tactical boots which increase your speed. When you'll have bowling 5 stars and your boots will be at least 1 star, then you'll be able to make ultimate bowling. That's what I really like about this skill because it doubles the amount of balls and increases speed. So in total you'll have 6 balls, which are really great against mobs. Against bosses, I don't want to lie to you guys, it's not the best skill. I personally recommend you to choose it when you have a small battlefield, when you're fighting with bosses and you have problems with mobs. The next skill is Boomerang, not my favorite but it's also good against mobs. At 1 star you'll shoot only one boomerang, but it's not small so you can hit many enemies. 2 stars will give you another boomerang which makes it more effective against mobs. What I do like about this skill, it's cooldown time. Plus, with higher star boomerangs will become bigger. Each star from 3 stars will be increasing range. So at 5 stars they will be pretty big. Plus cooldown time is small, it's definitely not worse than bowling. Its passive skill is Lucky Stone, increases experience you gain. Great skill and really useful if you get it at the beginning of the battle, not in the middle or at the end of the battle. When you'll make ultimate boomerang skill, they will not be moving like boomerangs. I also noticed that cooldown time is bigger. If against mobs it's still good, against bosses it's horrible. As for me guys, the skill is good if it's not evolved to ultimate boomerang. The next skill, another skill good against mobs, is Electricity Trap. At 1 star, as most skills, it's not good. But you know guys, its passive skill Energy Collector in some chapters, in some modes can be useful. Sometimes you have so many enemies that you can barely move, and it will help you with collecting experience. The description for 2 stars is not correct, it is supposed to be for 3 stars. At 2 stars, instead of increased range and damage, you place 2 traps. While at 3 stars, the range and damage is increased. Maybe when you're watching this video, this description bug is fixed. The same situation, the same description bug we have with 4 and 5 stars. At 4 stars, you place 3 traps, while at 5 stars, the range and damage is increased. Really cool skill when you have many enemies and they are not tanky. When you'll make ultimate trap, traps will be with thunder strikes. Looks cool, and as for me, it's a good skill as defensive skill, especially when you can barely move. But if you're going to fight bosses, if you have more problems with bosses, then I don't recommend you this skill. The next two skills are drones, I didn't want to show them separately. When it comes to choose between drones, I personally prefer A because it shoots a large amount of missiles. As for me, it's a good skill at the beginning if you have many enemies because you can kill many enemies. As a result, you'll gain more experience. But in general, it's not good against mobs. It's more good against bosses. B drone is doing higher damage, but in the same time it shoots less missiles. If your attack is high enough, it's definitely better to have A drone, not B, especially if you have gears that can insta-kill enemies. For A drone, as passive skill you need high speed bullet. It's a good skill in combination with certain skills like bowling, like black hole, but for example with Molotov it's a useless passive. For B we have even worse passive, military bandage. Amount of health it restores is really small, I don't recommend this skill. As for me, it's better to not evolve B and choose more useful skill, for example nuclear cola. Ultimate drones against mobs are not bad, but in the same time not as good as for example bowling. These skills are more against bosses. While drones more against bosses, our next skill Molotov is more against mobs. At 1 star you start off with 2 cocktails, not good but wait for higher star. What I like and in the same time I don't like, it's passive skill. It's good for farming banknotes, but when it comes to winning hard chapter, I'd better to get another more useful passive. When you'll make it 5 stars, you'll throw 6 cocktails, it will be really good against mobs. But what will be better, when you'll make Ultimate-Molotov, because you throw 12 cocktails. Just look at this blue flame and how many enemies it hits. As for me, one of the best skills against mobs. Against bosses, as you understand, it is not so good. Another my favorite skill is Shuriken. At 1 star I don't really like it because you throw only 1 Shuriken. By the way, its supply skill is the same as for Molotov. Good for farming but bad for hard chapters. At 2 stars you will throw 2 Shurikens, which is good, which is better. Because now you will be able to hit more enemies, really useful when you have many enemies. 3 stars will increase the speed of Shurikens. If you remember, it's a good combination with drone A passive. It also increases the speed of skills. 4 stars will give you another Shuriken, in total you'll have 3. The downside of this skill, it's not good when you don't have many enemies, when you have a few enemies, like in this case. But when you will evolve it to Ultimate-Shuriken, instead of Shuriken you will have Hammer. So now instead of 3 Shurikens you will have 1 Hammer which is chasing enemies. And now instead of being good against mobs, it will be one of the best skills against bosses. If you have problems with them or you need to do your highest damage, choose it. The next skill is Flame Fortress. After testing it, it became one of my favorite skills. I thought it's only good against mobs, but no, it's also good against bosses. With higher star, it will do higher damage and you'll have 3 Flame Fortress. To evolve it to Ultimate Flame Fortress, you'll need high explosive. Evolved skill will spread blue flame with higher damage. It is good against bosses if you can keep not a big distance from them. So yes, it is good against bosses, but not always. In game, we have kinda similar skill to Electricity Traps, Tactical Mines. It's more a defensive skill against mobs. Passive skill is the same as for Flame Fortress. As for me, it's suitable skill because it increases the range. With higher star, you will place more mines, they will be bigger and they will do higher damage. What is really cool is Ultimate Mine, especially when it explodes. I thought it's only good against mobs, but surprise for me, it's also good against bosses, especially that are moving. The next skill, which will help you with mobs, which will protect you from them, is Blade Barrier. Yeah, maybe at 1, 2 or 3 stars it's not so good. By the way, its supply skill is Adrenaline, not Power Gauntlet, as it is set when you pass chapter 11, so don't believe this picture unless it is fixed now. So far, to evolve it, you need Adrenaline. When you will evolve it, when you will make Ultimate Blade Barrier, it will be a perfect protection against mobs. As you can see, blades are pushing enemies back, they keep them on distance. Against bosses, of course, it's not a good skill. The last skill, active weapon skill, is Black Hole. When you choose it, you will have a ball moving in the map hitting enemies. With higher star, it will be bigger, it will do higher damage. It will become really big. As for me, the skill against mobs is okay. To evolve it, you need Adrenaline, useless passive for this skill. Ultimate Black Hole is a little bigger, but it's doing around 1.5 times higher damage. That's all about skills, guys, about active weapon skills. I hope that this video will help you to know them better. what skills are better to use against mobs, which ones are better against bosses. Of course, now you know how to evolve them all. About hero skills, main weapon skills and more about passive skills we will talk in my next videos. So, subscribe to not miss them, and would be great if you will like this video, because it helps me to make a better content for you.